everybody, it's Kelly with kellyscards.ca and welcome to this fourth card in my everyday card kit number 9. I always like to have a mail card in my kits because a lot of people always say they have a hard time making mail cards. So for this I've picked a ship image which is really great for a mail card. If you don't want this to be a birthday card, you can actually just cut off the happy birthday and leave the seize the day and use that as the sentiment. And that will give you a little bit of choice on how to change up this card for an occasion you might need that might not be a birthday. So to get started, I've picked these papers out, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to ink around all the edges with this vintage photo, this brown ink, and I really like how this is going to add a lot of depth to this card. It's just going to help all the images show up a little bit better, and I always find when I do this just an amazing difference after putting the ink on the edges and putting the cards together. And there we go, I've inked everything up. I haven't inked my image yet, but I'm not sure if I'm going to. We'll see at the very end what I think. So to get started, there's a little bit of layering in this card. So to start out, we're going to put this piece on first. And again, I'll bring my little runner in. Get some adhesive on this piece. Really like this type of a shape. It's something different and adds some interest. And I think it goes really good with this type of card for a man. So now we'll add that there. I'm just going to bring my bone folder to make sure it's on there because this cardstock down here is a little bit raised and sometimes it's a little fussy getting adhered to. It's on to the next layer. And this is a really good idea on how to break up darker colors, is to have a lighter color in between and then a darker one. So we'll get this lined up here and we'll add that. And now we can put the whole piece down, and I really like how this is going to pop. And as soon as we put those mats on the ship and the sentiment, this is really going to pop. So we'll just flip this around here and get this on. I'm going to open my card base just so I don't have a lot of bulk to deal with. And we'll bring this in, and I love this color cardstock on this base. Really like it. It really pulls out the blue little anchors on this paper. Now when I add my ship in here and my sentiment. Now for my sentiment, I thought I would give you guys a bigger piece here of this blue paper. And the reason why was I thought it would be really cool to have a flagged end on one side or the other. I probably would put it on this side considering this piece here. So first I'm going to lay down my sentiment and then I will cut the flagged edge. And I've added that there, and I'm going to come in. I don't want my flagged end to be too big, so I'm just going to cut some of this extra off, and then I'm going to come in here into the middle like that, and then I'm going to take my scissors from this end and go right to where I cut to that little center piece. And as you can see, that created half of my flagged end. And then I'm going to do the same on this side. And let's see what it looks like now. Yeah, I think that adds a little bit of a nice element to the card. And I think now I would like this just a little bit inked. I find it's a little bit too white for the rest of the card. Yeah, I think that is a little bit better now. And I'm going to just ink this up here. I will put some adhesive on the back, and we will get this layered up with this blue circle mat. And now we can kind of play with how we want things. You could have your sentiment up here and your ship down here. I think I kind of like it like this. I like to have my images kind of not so high on cards. I'm trying to decide if I want it centered, if I want it a little bit off. I really like the placement of this, so I'm going to put down my sentiment first. And again, I'm just going to use my bone folder to help me get this down. And lastly, I have my ship to put on, and I definitely want this one popped up. So I'm going to bring in my pop dots again and have a larger one on the inside and then some smaller ones going around the outside. And we'll add this here. And you just want to make sure that your boat your water level is nice and level with an even. So you want to make sure when you put this down, just make sure that your water level is straight. And I'm just going to use my grid paper to make sure that it is. And it looks fairly good, so I'll put that down. And just love that. And again, that little bit of pop-up helps bring it a little bit up from the rest of the card. To finish off the inside, I'm just going to add one of the white inserts here. And again, this piece is 4 by 5 1/4, and it fits into these A2 size cards perfectly with leaving just a little border. And I really like how that finishes off the inside of the card. And there we go. So that will finish off the 4th card in this Everyday Card Kit number 9 series. This is a really great men's card. Love this saying, this seize the day. It's very cute and fits perfectly with our theme. Love using these busy papers, and again, I pulled out the brown and the blue by using this blue card base and again this brown mat in between. Really like how that looks. Love this flagged end. I hope you enjoyed this card. You can check me out on my website at kellyscards.ca. You can subscribe for more videos, and I hope everyone has a wonderful day.